y'all, welcome back to another video. Today we're actually going to be using the Island collection. Y'all know I told y'all that I was going to be doing a set using these acrylic powders. If you have not seen my swatches and full detailed review on the actual powders themselves, more in depth, because I won't really be doing a full-on tutorial on these nails today, you'll just be watching with me, then you can go check out this video right here. I will link it above for you all. So before I start talking about what I want to talk about in this video today, I just want to note that every acrylic powder used in this video today is from 876, except for the clear acrylic powder that is going to be from Model 1s. And I will link everything down below for you all if you want to go purchase. And as always, I have a code for 876 nails in the description box. So everything will be linked down below for you. So I hope everybody had a really good Easter. I know I did. I had a really fun time on Easter. I went to 2 houses, got 2 plates, and I was drunk. But anyway, so I say that to say, when I was having our Easter dinner or whatever, we went over to my friend's family house, and everybody was just talking about like how talented I am in all these different things, right? And if you don't know, or if you haven't been on my channel that long, welcome first off. But I used to do makeup, not on this channel, but I've talked about it previously in my other videos. And I did used to do makeup. I used to do catering, like a little bit of catering, but I don't anymore. I just make food sometimes for like my local area and desserts. And yeah, y'all, like I literally do anything that I want to do. I literally like can look it up and figure out how to do it, and I'll start doing it. Like I've baked cakes before and from scratch, all that stuff. So anyway, everybody was just basically telling me like, you have so much talent, like what do you really want to do with nails? And I was like, honestly, you guys, like I honestly don't prefer doing other people's nails. Like what I enjoy most is actually like really teaching people. I love to teach. It comes very natural for me, and it's like really easy for me to teach, even though sometimes I feel like I kind of talk in circles a little bit on these voiceovers. I feel like even if I was in person or just talking to someone, you know, one-on-one, it would be a little bit easier than trying to jumble everything together in one video, you know, like under time constraints, if that makes sense. So I say that to say that I am thinking about starting some virtual online classes. Somehow, some way, I want to be able to extend teaching like one-on-one with you all, because I know people have asked me about that, and I just never really thought, I guess I'd never really thought too deep into it. But I was talking to my wife and my friends, and I was like, that really is something that I would definitely do and definitely partake in. So that is on my to-do list for the year. I am for sure going to get something together if you all are interested. So that is why I wanted to bring it to YouTube and actually like ask you guys, because I get the most feedback from you all. So I really wanted to know, how do you guys feel about me starting like online classes or virtual classes where we can be one-on-one and either FaceTime or Zoom, and I can teach you, you know, one-on-one, maybe for a week. I might do it like a week-long class and just split it up into each day, like 5 days maybe, and do a few hours a day. So that is something that I will give more thought, but I really just wanted to know how you all felt about it and whether or not it was even needed or not, because I might be thinking that people would like to do that and they may not. So I definitely wanted to discuss it with you all and see where y'all head was at with that, and whether or not it would be something for me to even look into trying or starting up. But yeah, that is what I wanted to talk to you all about. I am really interested in doing something like that very soon. So I wasn't really thinking when I was laying down these colors. I should have laid them down a little lower just because I knew that I was going to go in with a lighter color and do an ombre. So y'all will see when I get to the ombre that it was taking a very long time for me to get the ombre right with the shade NARS. NARS is what I'm going to be using, which is this beautiful, beautiful, like almost peachy pink color to do the ombre, which is a really good powder to ombre with. It was just, I was using too wet a bead, so, and I put my color up way too high, and I did not fade my color at the top, so I was just working too fast. I was not thinking. I was definitely watching movies while I was doing my nails, so I was just a little sidetracked, and I didn't think this completely through before actually putting the colors down on my nails. So if you are doing this, I would suggest that you make sure that your color is not starting up as high, or if it is going that high, you need to fade it. So kind of like an ombre, but without any other color. You're going to kind of ombre it up, going towards where the tip and the natural nail meet. And it should not be that blatant of a color. It should be kind of fading out. Therefore, when you put down your other color to ombre into that color, it's going to be a seamless transition. And y'all will see that this was not a seamless transition. It took a lot, and I had to actually kind of just wait for the acrylic to set and dry, so that when I brought the bead down on the nail, or when I brought it down on the nail, it was more, it had more pigment in it than just kind of wiping it away. But when we get to that, I'll explain a little bit on a nail if I can do a little intermission and give y'all a little bit of a tutorial on that. So because I put my color up so high and I did not ombre it upwards, it was kind of just a blunt cut. And the shade of green, as you can see, the shade of green, before I put this down, the shade of green was the same tone, the same color all the way up the nail. When you are doing an ombre, or you know that you're doing an ombre, your color should kind of fade out going upwards, if that makes sense. So that when you put this bead down, when it goes downwards, it's just going to kind of gradually fade into the color. So that was my mistake. I honestly don't even know why I did that. Like, I clearly know how to ombre, and I've done tons of ombre, and I just don't know what I was thinking when I was doing this. I think I was just so excited to use these colors, y'all. Like, I love these colors. Like, this set is such a summer spring vibe. Like, I cannot wait for y'all to see this set. Like, I can't wait for y'all to see it on Instagram too, because the video is just so cute. Like, oh my god, it's so cute. But anyway, so basically, if you mess up like how I messed up, what you're gonna have to do is dry your beads out. Your beads are gonna have to be very dry when you place them on the nail, because if not, it's not gonna blend properly, especially if you're using a color like this. Now, if you're using a darker color, then you might not have this issue. But for me, I had to really dry my beads out and place them directly where the green started, just to make sure that there was nothing peeking through, like no green peeking through right there, until it looked like a seamless ombre. So that's what I had to do, and this nail was my trial and error. After that, the rest of the ombres came out really, really nicely. The orange one, the middle finger that we're gonna do next, was the best ombre that I had, and it was so gorgeous. Like, I almost wish that I did all of the nails Mango Burst and NARS, because that orange, like, I've been saying that was my favorite color out of this collection, which is shocking because I really thought that lemonade would be my favorite color. It's second to my favorite, but the orange lemonade and the green are my favorite, hands down, but the orange is like a showstopper. Like, I am definitely going to be working with that orange a lot this spring and summer. And if you don't get any other acrylic out of the Island collection, I would definitely recommend you get the mango. That one is the most pigmented and it's just super pretty to me. So right here, you're gonna see me putting my beads down very dry, not super dry. Obviously they're gonna polymerize still, and they're still gonna lay on the nail very nicely. These are really buttery, milky acrylic powders. If you haven't tried 876, like, look in the comments in all my other videos and you will see that a lot of people on my channel have tried these acrylic powders and they love them. It is a very great consistency, like a really good formula. So I would not steer y'all wrong, and I would highly recommend purchasing some acrylics, especially if you're a beginner. I feel like these are very good beginner acrylics to practice with, and it will get you in the spin of using higher quality acrylic powders for an affordable price. So anyways, so if I start to do the online classes with you all, I would definitely go more into depth and give y'all like more explanation towards it once I really figure it out and sit down and write a plan for it. But as of right now, I know for a fact that if I do that, I'm going to be sending you out a full-on starter kit. 876 will probably be the acrylic powders that I send to you all to use if you are participating in the classes with me. So you'll get an acrylic brush, you know, the basics, like everything that you need to do nails that usually come in a startup kit. I will send that to you all, and you know, some things that obviously I'll add into it as well. So I might partner up or see how Chelsea feels about that, and maybe figure something out so that we can incorporate some of these acrylics for you all. And yeah, so we'll see how that goes. If not, then I have tons of other acrylics that I could send to you all or put in the kit to start off with. So either way, you're gonna get some really good acrylics with your starter kit for sure, because we do not want you practicing with anything that is of bad quality. So I also want to hit on another topic today that I see people always talking about, whether or not you should be licensed or if you can go on doing nails without being licensed. What is the difference? Is it worth getting your license? What's really like the big deal in getting your license or not? So I will start off by saying the stuff that I see from licensed nail techs on Instagram is crazy to me. And I'm gonna just leave it at that, because I'm not about to go into a whole ordeal or spill about what people do with their, you know, business. But do not always think that just because they are licensed that they are doing the right thing. And that is all I'm gonna say about that. So with me creating content and doing other people's nails, and also wanting to teach and possibly get my license to teach, and you know, actually give out a license to other people and have them take the state board, etc. I most definitely had to go to nail school. Like, that was a must for me. I had to get my license. Like, all of that had to be done for me to do what I want to do in the future. I also feel like if you plan to, like, say you're just getting lessons from a content creator and they have no background of knowing anything about nail diseases or funguses or anything like that, I will say that you can definitely learn the basics as far as like what their technique is, how they do nails, how they structure their nails, how they do bead placement. All that stuff is great to know, but you have to understand, if you plan to take that and run with it and work on other people, then you are going to need to either be getting advice from somebody who has went through schooling and can tell you what exactly to look for. But legally, you are going to have a license. At least in majority of states, you are going to have a license to practice on other people. So if that is your goal, to do other people's nails, yes, you have to get a license. Like, there's nothing in me that will tell you you don't need one. Like, it's okay to practice on other people and you don't have a license, or at least you're in school trying to get a license and you're practicing on people in the meantime. Like, that is my advice as far as that is concerned. Now, if you are just solely going to be a content creator, then no, I don't feel like you have to have a license. I feel like there are plenty of content creators that are so good at nails that never went to school. Do I think that they have the knowledge of like diseases and funguses and sanitation? No. I know for a fact like 90% of the people who are just content creators do not know half of what it is as far as like what you should be practicing on, what like just diseases and sanitation. I know that a lot of people do not have that knowledge if you have never been to school, because I know I didn't. I knew like that people sterilize their tools and do all that stuff before practicing on others, but I never really took it into consideration until I went to school. And then I went to a nail salon and I saw so much stuff that they do that is so illegal and so disgusting. Like, so overall, my take on it, if you are just going to be a content creator, no, there's no need, unless you want to learn more about diseases and nail funguses, etc., sanitization, all of that good stuff, the origin of nails, all of that stuff, then of course, yes, go ahead. Or if you plan to, well, that's if you're a content creator, but if you plan to work on other people's nails and you want to teach and you want to further your education in nails, or you want to open a business, you cannot open your own salon if you do not have a license. You cannot, you're not supposed to anyway, practice in anyone else's salon if you do not have a license. So I feel like if you can invest in it, then go ahead. But if you don't need it like at all, like you'll never work on anybody's hands, you'll never take it to that extent where you feel like you legally need that documentation, then by all means just skip that route. So that is my take on whether or not you need a license or not. It is honestly going to be up to you at the end of the day, whether or not you want to risk it if you are practicing on other people's nails, because definitely people can report you. So just be on the lookout for that if you are doing it kind of like under the table without a license. And yeah, good luck to you regardless of what you plan to do. And I just want to see everybody succeed, and hopefully my channel helps everybody out, whether or not you're licensed or whether or not you are just creating content or just having fun practicing at home. So that is my little spill on all of that. So I think I've come to the conclusion that capping nails in clear is just not my strong suit. I absolutely hate it. Like, there's nothing about capping nails that I like. Like, I really hate to cap nails. And then my beads, like, y'all know, I know how to do liquid to powder ratio, but y'all, for some reason, when I do my own nails and I'm not doing an actual like full in-depth tutorial, I just like zoom through stuff and I don't do what you're really supposed to do, if that makes sense. Kind of like somebody doing stuff off the books. Like, I don't do it by the book if I'm not doing a full-on tutorial, or if I know that I'm not going to be explaining a full-on tutorial, I won't really do things as if I would explain them to you, if that makes sense. So I was racing through this nail. I was just slapping on some clear acrylic just to make sure that everything was blended nicely and that my ombre was completely covered and protected. This Model 1's powder, excuse my voice, y'all. My voice keeps cracking. Like, I need to go eat and drink some water. So if you hear my voice like kind of going in and out and cracking a little bit, that's why. But like I was saying, using this clear acrylic is Model 1s, and I would definitely recommend it if you can get your liquid to powder ratio down, because you are going to need to work with a little drier beads with this acrylic powder because it is a little more runny than Mia Secret. But all in all, it works perfectly fine. It's super cheap. I think you get, what's the ounce on this? Hold on, y'all. I have it right here. It is 4.23 ounces, and I think it's about $8 on Amazon. So yeah, I do have that linked in my Amazon storefront if you want to go check that out. Everything is in the description box, like I said. If you're looking for these acrylics that I used, it is, I'll link it above right here for you all, the website and the discount code to use. And then the clear acrylic, I don't have the website for, it's obviously on Amazon, but that is linked in my Amazon storefront and it's under acrylic powders. So that is everything that I used today, and yeah, let's just go ahead and hop into the design. So since this is an eyelid collection, we are going to be doing palm trees, and I'm going to be using the Perfect Black by Madam Glam, which y'all know is my favorite black to use. It is so black, like it's so pigmented. It's like literally the perfect black. That's how I always describe it. The Perfect Black and the Perfect White from Madam Glam. If you don't have them, highly suggest that you get some. I do have a discount code in the description box below as well for that. Now, when you see palm trees on nails, I know y'all think that it's like so intricate and so difficult, but I promise y'all it's literally lines on top of more lines. Like that is literally it. To make the stump, you're just going to draw a line, curve it a little bit, and then towards the bottom, you're going to flare it out. So then once you bring it back on top, you're just going to make some branches coming out of it, and make sure that those are kind of uniform, because I've done a palm tree before and for some reason like the branches just didn't go, or I had too many, or I didn't have enough. So you have to do like the right position of them, and you do have to do the right amount of branches, or it's going to all be mumble jumbled up together, like they're gonna mush together. Because once you create the lines for like the not the trees, for the leaves on these, it's going to expand a little bit, so they're gonna look like they're closer together than how you initially space them out, if that makes sense. So then we're just gonna take a really small liner brush, and I use a brush that I cut, and I'm just going to make branches coming out of the other branch, or leaves coming out of the individual branches. And you're basically just going to do like little tiny streaks, if that makes sense, like little tiny lines, kind of just strokes, just tiny strokes. And that's all you're going to do on each branch. You're going to do it on either side of the branch, and that is literally it, you guys. You can make them a little more thick if you want to. You can make more leaves if you want to. I kind of do mine in between. Mine don't have too many leaves. I've seen some people do their palm trees where it looks a little more like they have more leaves and they're closer together, so it's a little darker. But I kind of space mine out and kind of make it look, I don't know, like fluffy. I'm probably not describing this the right way, but just pay attention to how I do it if you like how mine look. And yeah, that is what I'm gonna say towards that, because I know when I get to explaining stuff, y'all, I just talk in circles, and half the time I feel like I don't make any type of sense. So sometimes it's just easier to watch and do than it is to listen and do. So doing palm trees is obviously very time consuming. I can't remember how long it took me to do one palm tree. I'm sure if you do them very often, then you're probably going to be a lot faster than I am, but I don't do them very often. I don't take clients really. too much anymore. I am focusing on content creating, but I feel like if you do, the more you do them, the quicker you're gonna get. So this was very tedious for me, and I'm not going to show all of the palm trees in this video. I might show one or two more, probably one, and we will get to the pixie crystals, which is the fun part. I actually was inspired by Todds Beauty. I always watch her channel, and she does a lot of pixie crystal nails. So I know it's been done before because I've seen them before, but I can't think of the names of the people who I've seen it before. So I'm just gonna go with I got the inspo from her, and we're gonna stick to that. So I thought a nice touch to these nails would be some butterfly. So I just went ahead and used some butterfly stickers because y'all, I was not about to draw no butterfly. Like, y'all can catch me on a different day trying to do that, but today was not the day. So I did go ahead and I took some butterfly stickers that I've had for a while. I think the other butterfly stickers that I have on my desk in this frame right here are from 876. However, they did not go with what I wanted, like the color scheme. I wanted the butterflies to be a little darker, so I did go with the other ones, and I'm just gonna put those around the palm trees just to make it seem like the butterflies are flying around the trees. I thought that was a super cute touch to give to these nails. So I was really paranoid about anything getting messed up on these nails, just because the colors were so bright, and I feel like I was working with too much black, so I didn't want anything to get smudged or interfere with my brightness of my colors. So I did go ahead and top coat every nail individually after I was done with each nail except for the pixie nails, just to secure all the nail art that I did. And the top coat on the stickers made them blend in, and you couldn't even tell that they were stickers. They were super cute, you guys. So if you're wondering whether or not you can just put stickers on and top coat them, yes, I always do it. You do not have to encapsulate stickers. So we're going to be using some Beetle's rhinestone glue. You can use this rhinestone glue, you can use Macart, you can use a nail glue, but the nail glue is going to dry too fast, so I suggest that you use something that you can cure in a lamp. You can use top coat, but I wouldn't suggest using top coat just because it's so thin. You need something to really catch the pixie crystals and something for them to really adhere to. I would also recommend using builder gel. Builder gel would be a great adhesive to use for this technique right here. But yeah, so those are the things that I would use to adhere the flowers and the pixie crystals. I was trying to distribute the pixie crystals with a cuticle pusher, the other side of it, but it was just not working for me. So I just went ahead and poured the pixie crystals over my little dish that catches it, and make sure that you are wiping these sides when you are doing this, y'all. If you do not wipe the sides, the pixie crystals are going to be sticking out over the edge, and they're going to make your nail look and appear a lot wider than what it should be. You still want your you still want to be able to keep the shape of your nail when you are putting the pixie crystals down. This is the same thing when you are putting rhinestones down. Now if you want to, from the inspo pictures that I've seen before doing this method, people usually put rhinestones in between the pixie crystals, like where you see the flowers at, they would also put some rhinestones down, like some AB crystals, and that will just bring it and make it pop a little more, like bring it out more. But I chose not to do that just because there was already a lot going on with these nails, so I didn't really need to. But I think that if I would have done it, it would have looked even cuter. So they were still cute regardless, but I think that would have just gave it an extra pop. However, I did not choose to do that in this video, so maybe I'll do another video doing these, and I'll put that little addition to it. So what you saw me just do with the pixie nail is I went ahead and I added a little bit of just some top coat, and I kind of ombre the pixies upwards, and I just thought that that would give it like a little gradient effect, and it just looked really cute like that, versus it just being kind of like, here's the ombre nail and then here's some pixie crystals. So I didn't want it to be so blunt. I did want it to be kind of more of an ombre, and I thought that it came out really cute that way. I also wanted to note that when you are doing those nails, the pixie nails, make sure that none of the pixies are on your flower. You want the flower to be seen, so I did have to go ahead and scrape some of the pixies off of the flowers, and I just wanted to note that in case you did not catch it when I did it. I feel like if you're gonna do a set that has palm trees incorporated into the nail design or the nail art, doing an ombre with really bright colors is going to be your best bet, just because I feel like it gives it like a sunset feel. It really looks like a sun is setting on your nail. Like, it's so beachy vibes. Like, I just absolutely love this nail. This was my favorite nail out of all of them. Well, the pixies were cute. The pixies were really, really cute. I feel like the pixies would be cute by themselves. Like, if I was just to do like a complete pixie set, I think that would be super cute with an ombre background, or even just a solid nail. Like, it would be super cute that way. But as far as like the palm trees go, you have to do them on an ombre with really, really bright colors, and I think it would just completely set the whole set off for you. So like I said earlier, the palm trees are very tedious, so I'm just gonna let y'all watch the remainder of this palm tree. And I actually did add another palm tree on the same nail, and then after that I'll just skip through that part because there's no need for y'all to watch me do palm trees over and over again. I think after the second one you kind of get the feel of what I'm doing, and if not, then you can just rewind it back and play it again and kind of just take notes from there. But I am going to finish this one off, and then we will hop back when I put the butterflies on, and then we'll go to the next pixie crystal nail. So I am going to do the same thing with this nail as far as the other one was concerned, and I am going to be adding some butterflies. I think I put 3 butterflies on this nail, so I did end up adding another butterfly to the other nail. I'm not sure if I put that in the video or not, but I just really thought that it was super cute to have the butterflies on these nails. I didn't want to put any rhinestones on them just because I wanted the set to be very balanced out. So I felt like rhinestones would be just a little too much for what I was going for. But yeah, I thought the butterflies gave it a really, really nice touch. What else would y'all have put on the palm tree nails other than butterflies? Or do you think that that was the right move to make? Let me know. So for my top coat, I am using the iGel Beauty top coat, and I really love this top coat, but for some reason when I was taking my videos at the end, it was not as shiny as I wanted it to be. I think just because I kept touching my nails on accident, so they were just kind of messed up, but the ending results were still bomb. Like, I couldn't have asked for more. Maybe a little shinier top coat, but other than that, the nails came out so good, and I love them so much. So like I said, I'm just doing this to protect my nail art. You don't want anything getting messed up, and you also want to make sure when you are putting your top coat on your nails that have stickers on them, you want to make sure that your nails, you want to make sure that your stickers are completely flat on the nail, or else you are going to see that once you apply top coat. So make sure that they're completely flat and then top coat them. If you are using a brush to kind of smooth out your Beetles rhinestone gel glue or whatever rhinestone glue that you're using to adhere the pixie crystals, make sure that you have some acetone near you so that you can just go ahead and dip your brush into the acetone to clean it off afterwards, and don't just have it sitting because it will harden on you and then that brush will not really be usable anymore. So that's just a little tip that I wish somebody would remind me to do, because I've messed up so many brushes by putting them in gel polish and not cleaning them directly after, and then the brushes are just not the same. So make sure that you are cleaning the brush off right after you use it. But yeah. So I'm basically just doing the same exact thing that I did to the pinky. I'm going ahead and pouring the pixie crystals all over the part of the nail that I put the glue on, and I'm just going to wipe the sides, make sure that everything is perfectly straight and neat. I don't want any jewels or any pixie crystals hanging over the side. I want it to remain the shape that it was before I put the pixie crystals on, so I want to keep the shape of the nail prior to pouring the pixie crystals on them. And then you're going to clean around the flowers. You still want the flowers to be seen, and this is what I was talking about when I said make sure that you are getting the pixie crystals off of the flowers, because they can go missing underneath all the pixie crystals. So just be sure to do that, or else you aren't really going to be able to see the flowers. So I also want to make sure that I'm ombreing it upwards, just how I did on the pinky finger. I want everything to be exactly the same as what I did on the pinky finger. And after we do this, we're just going to go ahead and cure it. And then I'm going to take you all through just putting some rhinestones on the inside of my flowers. So right here, I'm just taking the Beetles rhinestone glue again, and I'm going ahead and just dabbing just a tiny bit, or at least as tiny as I can get it, the tiniest dab in the middle of my flower. And I'm going to take the tiniest AB crystal rhinestone that I could find, which is, I don't know, it might be like an SS4 maybe, I don't know what. I'm really not good with the sizes. I don't know, maybe a little bigger than that, but it is like the smallest AB crystal that I had, and I was just putting those directly in the middle of the flower. And you have to do this or else the flower is going to look odd, because it has this little opening in these flowers, and it just looks really weird if you don't put anything in them. A lot of people use caviar beads, but today I wanted to stick with the bling and stick with the dramatics and go ahead and put an AB rhinestone in there. And that was really it. I did my thumb off camera, and obviously I top coated the top of my pixie crystal nails, and that was it, you guys. Like, I had so much fun creating this set. It came out so dope. Like, I would do this nail set time and time again, like over and over again. I really like it. And yeah, let me know if y'all are gonna recreate it, or give me some ideas down below what I should do for my next set. It's springtime, so I'm definitely gonna hit y'all with a 3D flower video really soon. Hopefully that might be my next video, so I might do a 3D flower video for my next one. I've been seeing a lot of people do these like chrome pigment nails on clear nails, so I think that's what's coming up next, and I will work on that video for you guys tomorrow. And yeah, I will see you on the next one. I love y'all so much. Mwah. Bye.